What is up, everybody? I am your host, the longest reigning WWE pay-per-view champion of all time, the Hot Commodity ANC, and this is the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast, giving you your daily dose of WWE and AEW information and results. Today's episode, we are covering WWE NXT from July 11th, 2023. Let's jump right into the information. The Judgment Day come out to open the show, and Finn Balor says, NXT Daddy's home. This is the house that I built, and I'm here to lay the house rules. Damian Priest then says, Mello and Trick, you called us out because you thought you were getting a divided Judgment Day. This is the murderer's row of WWE. Dominic says, and mommy, and before he can continue, NXT champion Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams walk out. Hayes says, why do they call him Dirty Dom? Maybe because he dropped the soap so much in prison. When they talk about NXT Mount Rushmore, you're on it, Finn Balor. You got the better of me on Raw. Now you're in my arena. Rhea says, that's pure arrogance. And then Hayes says, Trick Mello game run things here. And Priest says, you don't have Judgment Day staring back on you every week at NXT. Williams says, looks like you ran your mouth too much that your asses can't cash. And then Balor says, Mello, if you come at the Prince, you best not miss. And then Hayes says, let's do it then. And a challenge has been made for later on tonight. Will we see this tag match happen? Most likely. I'm glad to see more WWE main roster guys show up on NXT. It makes it definitely more interesting to watch. Tony D'Angelo is in prison, and he says that he believes in Stacks, and he hopes he gets his freedom tonight. We then get our first match tonight. It's a tag team competition. We see Duke Hudson and Andre Chase with Thea Hale defeating the team of Drew Gulak and Charlie Dempsey after a flatliner to Dempsey. And they get a 3-count. Chase U getting revenge on this tag team. I'm a big fan of Dempsey. For those who don't know, Charlie Dempsey is William Regal's son. He definitely looks like him. And yeah, I'm just excited to see what's next for this group here. We then get our next match. We have Cora Jade defeating Kelani Jordan with Dana Brooke after a jaded. After the match, Cora tries to hit Kelani with a bat, but Dana Brooke drops Cora with drop kicks, and Cora Jade leaves the ring. Definitely, Cora is a good wrestler. Kelani is decent for what she does. Don't know why Dana Brooke keeps getting involved. I know a lot of the fans are not into her. During this match, Von Wagner, we see a promo of him talking to Dr. Stone. He says he's happy, and he thanks Dr. Stone for his help. Eddie Thorpe and Gable Stevenson walk out of the arena last week after the NXT Raw Underground. Dijakovac tells the roster to give him a break about Eddie Thorpe being tough. We then get our number one contenders match for the NXT title at the Great American Bash, and we see Ilijia Dragunov defeat Bron Breakker in a great match. Ilijia hits a high knee and elbow into the back of the neck and gets a 3-count. Ilijia looked great. Bron looked impressive too. I definitely recommend checking this match out. Dominic and Rhea Ripley confront Wesley backstage. Dominic says, I accept your open challenge for the North American Championship. Wesley says, if you want to get crazy, I can make it happen now. Dom says, that's fine. Next week, I want to give you time to prepare. So Dominic versus Wesley for the North American title next week on NXT. We then see the NXT Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton defeat Ivy Nile after a slingshot moonsault, and she gets a 3-count. After the match, Tiffany screams at the fans, I didn't tap out, leave me alone, because she tapped out to Thea Hale a couple weeks ago. Tiffany Hale's a great NXT Women's Champion. Excited to see more of her stuff. Ivy Nile looked great too. Baron Corbin is seen burning his clothes and talking more about his past gimmicks. This is great to see. Chase U's tells Thea Hale that she should get a rematch for the NXT Women's title. We then see Stacks defeat Joe Coffey with Gallus after Stacks nails his finisher and gets a 3-count. And now Tony D'Angelo is free from prison, so that's good for the family. We now get our main event, the Judgment Day. The team of Finn Balor and Damian Priest defeat NXT champion Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams after Priest hits a South of Heaven and Balor nails a coup de grace to NXT champion Carmelo Hayes. I was confused a little bit on why they would let Carmelo lose this. He's the NXT champion, but I understand the Balor and Priest have been there before, so do your honors, I guess. But this is a very good episode of NXT. We got the Great American Bash coming up soon, so there's a lot more action coming your way. Next week will be more action packed too, so stick around. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Stay safe and stay uncensored.